Spring is in the air, but unfortunately, so are the allergies. Speaking on spring allergies and your symptoms is Dr. Mohan with the Okemos Allergy Center. Dr. Mohan, I'm hearing people sneezing, coughing, they're feeling fatigue. Does this have anything to do with the wildfire smoke from Canada or allergies, or maybe a mixture?
It's kind of hard to say, but it could be both. So on one hand, you have really high pollen from trees and grasses, and that can definitely cause sneezing, itchy eyes, stuffy nose, even asthma symptoms for some patients. But at the same time, you have this pollutant, this irritant in the air, and a couple years ago we saw that, and it was pretty bad for some patients. They were getting sinus inflammation, they were coming in with bronchitis and asthma symptoms too. So it can be kind of difficult to know. Some situations could be both.
So the pollutants can actually aggravate those symptoms even more sometimes.
Correct.
What are us Michiganders experiencing when it comes to the allergies? You mentioned some of the dust, but what else?
So unfortunately, yeah, we have that smoke coming in, but it's also allergy season. So this past spring was pretty bad for tree pollen. We're fizzling out trees right now. So you'll see the cottonwood, the white fluffy stuff flying around. Everybody's, oh man, I'm allergic to that stuff. And yes, but that's fizzling out, and we're getting to grass season right now. So grasses are gonna start blooming, and that's gonna be everywhere in the air. In the fall, we'll hit ragweed season too. At the same time, depending what region we're living in, and depending on water content, flooding, things like that, we're gonna see mold be an issue. So with the rainstorm or excessive moisture, we're gonna have mold. And then, of course, you have your indoor allergens too.
It does look like it's snowing in June because you have all that cottonwood, but you also mentioned the grass season is moving in. How can people find that relief, whether that's in their own homes, or when do they need to seek that relief treatment or medication?
Right, so as I've mentioned before in the past, that don't let allergy control you, you control the allergies. So the first thing in the allergy field is to avoid the allergen, which honestly is gonna be impossible for some things. I mean, if you're allergic to pollen and mold outside, I mean, it's everywhere, right? So to avoid those things is gonna be hard, but staying indoors, keeping the air running, keeping the windows closed, that can help reduce your pollen exposure. Some people, washing it off can help. I have several patients that if they go outside doing yard work, they wear goggles or wear masks, that might help reduce some exposure, that could help reduce symptoms. If we're talking about indoor allergens, dust mites or animal dander, HEPA filters could help. Frequent washing of the bedding can help. Keeping pets out of the bedroom can help. So it kind of depends, again, what you're allergic to, but these are some things that might help avoid the allergen exposure in the first place.
Limit your risk and
Limit the
exposure
risk, yes,
to
correct.
it. All right, sounds good. You listed a variety of ways to help relieve our allergy symptoms, so I'm sure many people are appreciative of that, so they're not sneezing, coughing, whatever else they might be feeling. Dr. Mohan, thank you so much for joining us on Mid-Michigan Matters.
Thank you so much.
This is News 10 Sports.